Hello, it's Michael Chesterman from Helix Legal. Today I want to go through and talk about issues associated with the minimum financial requirements for licensing. And I have raised issues and tried to make contractors aware about the requirements and the consequences if they don't comply with the requirements for a long period of time now. Back in 21st of March 2019, I highlighted the fact that QBCC suspended the licence of Lang & O'Rourke. It was for about a period of 5 days. I outlined the circumstances that are related to that suspension. I outlined some lessons learned, but I finished with these words. With respect to the new minimum financial requirements for licensing, the time is over for debating the relative merits or otherwise of the changes. As of 1 January, the new minimum financial requirements for licensing have become a reality, and they are biting. Contractors, you have been warned. And then I followed up with a series of articles after that. Here's one in July. And once again, I highlighted a bit of an update of the financial files that I picked up again since the first article. Another article in August, almost begging contractors to know the rules and to get on board and understand what's required of them. Another in October, new annual reporting challenges for contractors in the QBCC. And once again, I update contractors and the industry generally in terms of how things have progressed in terms of the regulators implementing these new minimum financial requirements for licensing. They've done so through a couple of phases. And once again, just trying to say, contractors, you need to understand what's happening. I picked up an article, identified an article a week or so ago where Lend-Lease Engineering was suspended for not meeting the minimum financial requirements for licensing. So I'm just, like I said, almost frustrated with what's happening here, because there is a time for arguing policy direction, then there's a time for understanding what the consequences are. And as far as I'm concerned, this is where contractors should be focusing on right now. Today, I've just gone into the QBC website. There's a couple of links here. You can go straight to QBCC licenses cancelled, QBCC licenses suspended. And here is a list. It's an updated every 30 minutes of the suspensions that the QBCC has enacted over the previous 14 days. Now, I'm not going to zero in anyone in particular because I think that's unfair. It's 20 pages, and significantly, over half the pages are in relation to suspensions which have taken place today, the 15th. You've got the reason identified next to it. The vast majority are for not paying your licence fee. That's a situation which can be rectified very quickly and very easily. Or it can be a symbol of the fact that there is something more significant. So I'm not going to dwell on that. The facility is there. It's a public record facility. If people want to look at it, they should get into it, particularly people who are thinking of entering into contracts. But I return to the words I said back in March last year. Please, contractors, understand the ramifications that if you don't meet the minimum financial requirements for licensing, the regulator is required to enforce the legislation as it is. If you've got beefs with what the requirements are, talk to your industry association, make representations to the right people. But understand that as things stand at the moment, the minimum financial requirements are what they are, and the regulator will enforce them. I hope that this video might save one or two people, businesses, and not suffer the consequences of a fatal suspension or even worse, a cancellation. Thanks very much.